How do I know if he is the right one for me? Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, as well as the sister organization called Premarital Academy. And this is one of my favorite topics because, and I'm so happy that you're asking this question. Do you know, most people don't, and they end up marrying just like that and regretting it just like that later on. So I'm going to tell you how. I'm not going to beat around the bush. The only thing I'm going to also tell you is that there's a lot more to learning about marriage than whether he's the right one for you. So this is all about doing some homework. There's parts to this. Part one is you have to write out a list. You have to write out a list. Take your time, write out the list, and list all of the traits that you want in a husband. You write them out. Don't worry about the order right away. Just write them all out. Write another list. This list are all the traits that you do not want. Like, you don't want to marry a burglar. You don't want to marry a drug addict. So list them. Anything that comes into your head, just write it out. Now, this is true even if you're already with someone and he's popped the question. Even if you've already said yes. Remember, you're signing up for life. So it's not a done deal until you say, I do. And you want to be able to say, I do, with all of your heart, mind, and soul. Obviously, because marriage is heart, mind, and soul institution. You want to be in it. You want to receive the benefits from marriage. There's two major benefits to marriage. One is happiness that gets better every day, and the other is the experience of unconditional love, which is ever expansive. You want to set the stage for those two things. So write out your list. Now, when you write it out, you're going to say, well, he's got to be good looking. Because physical attraction is likely right up there for you. Don't be ashamed. No one's going to see this list except for you. So it probably won't be the number one when you prioritize your list, but it's important to have it in there. You don't want to pretend anything isn't there. I met with one client many years ago, and I was explaining this to her. She was young, she was 22, 23, and she wanted to get married. And I didn't ask her, but she volunteered. She said, well, you know, you're going to think I'm crazy. I said, no, I won't. Go ahead and tell me. She said, it's really important to me that the man has a thick neck. And I didn't think she was crazy. That was the first time and the only time I'd ever heard that. But it's her preference. So she had to put it on the list. Now, the second part of writing the list is something you do later. Not later like a year from now or a month from now, but first get your list going. Have at least 50 or 60 items on the list, and then start prioritizing your list. So the neck, when you compare it to you want someone who is moral, and that's defined any way you choose, you go, now what would I rather have? Would I rather have a guy with a pencil neck but who's totally moral, or someone who really doesn't give a damn about anyone except himself? Okay, the neck just dropped a notch, right? And that's what you do. You start prioritizing your list by challenging one item against the other. And the ones that are difficult to say, well, I'm not sure, those are going to end up lower on the list anyway, usually. You're not a shallow person, or you wouldn't be asking this question. So you're not going to be struggling between blonde hair and dark hair. It's just not going to be a big deal. It'll be way down on your list. So you're going to do that with the positives. You're also going to do it with the negatives. And then you're going to see, does the man who I've been dating for the last 5 years, and I've seen this, measure up to what I really want? And because you're being honest with yourself, you're going to be able to be honest with him. Now, years ago, I was sitting in a Starbucks and I was having a coffee with my friend Joe. Joe was the minister, the Baptist minister in the local church. I loved Joe. And I used to tease him. I called him Joe the Baptist. But man, he was a good guy. And we were talking some philosophy, as we tended to do. And this girl overheard us, and she said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry for intruding," which in Starbucks is totally okay. And she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, Joe's the Baptist minister, blah, 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 and I run the Marriage Foundation." And she said, "You know, maybe God put you here at this moment, but I've been going out with this guy," and I don't remember how long. It was between 5 and 10, it was a long time. Their families got along, everything was working, she said, "but I'm just not sure." And I said, "You know what, put together this list." A couple of months later, saw her again, same Starbucks. And she came up to me and she said, "Thank you. Oh my God. Your list helped me so much." I said, No, it's your list. My list helped me so much. And it gave me so much clarity that I was able to talk to my boyfriend, and he agreed that we weren't meant for each other. And I thought, good people. And that's how it should be. It's not a matter of compatibility. It's a matter of expressing your free will in a positive way to achieve happiness in the biggest choice of your entire life. And if you go against your own list, you're a fool. Be honest with you. So try the list. And that's how you will know if he's right for you. So good luck. Take advantage, by the way, of our Premarital Academy. There's courses there, and when you finally do get married, there's also a course, Premarital Education, which will pretty much ensure a successful marriage. Take care, and God bless.